you told your mom, "Mommy, is this auntie the one who will plan my princess party when I go to heaven?" You showed so much emotional resilience. Hey Misha! Wow, it's been 6 years. 6 years sort of passed by really, really quickly. I'm not sure whether you know, but you now have a sister, a younger sister, who looks exactly like you. She really, really behaves like you. I bet the two of you have a pretty similar character, I would say. The first time when I met you, well, you didn't know who I was, and you just smiled at me, and immediately I say, "Hi Misha." I remember you were puzzled why I knew your name. So we spoke briefly before I went to the balcony and have the discussion with your mom. Well, it was a hard conversation. You are only 6 years old, but your mom shared with me that your prognosis is not very good. You probably have about 1 to 2 months left. And that sort of kickstart our whole conversation with your mom, where we planned your farewell according to what you wanted. She told me that you love to take Polaroid photos. So I said, hey, I actually have this memorial board so that you can put up all your favorite photographs, and then I can have it displayed at the farewell. It was always very interesting because your mom would reply me, "Let me check with my boss." And then she will show you the photo, and then you decide and you send it to us. You should know that nobody really wants to hear a call from a funeral director and ask, how's your loved ones doing when they are towards the end of their life, right? So we just waited for your mom to give us updates, and then came that day where I received that fateful call and told me that you have taken your last breath. When I saw you, the first thing I felt was, in fact, a sense of relief, because you have lost all the water retention. Because I remember when I first saw you, you had just finished a chemotherapy, so you didn't really look like how you look like, the pretty Misha. Now, I don't know whether you remember, but that final outfit that you had was this white gown that you have selected, and you had this angel wings, you had this halo ring, and that was the outfit that you told us that you wanted that. So we got every funeral attendees to write messages for you, and then fold it into origami crane, fold it into paper hearts, or into any forms that they think represent their love for you. Your whole body was covered with all this origamis craft. What was beautiful at that moment, I remember, was that everyone wanted to be close to you, even though you were lying on that dressing table. Even your favorite doctor came as well. And I read out the poem that he specially written for you. And every time when people hear about your story, they are always in tears, because it's such a reminder of how fragile life is and how brief a life is. As such a young person at 6 years old, wow, you have taught us so many things about emotional resilience, physical resilience, and how you just wanted your parents to be happy and you didn't want to see them sad. Do you remember you gave me this instruction to prepare a lot of the photographs of you, where you added this verse from the Bible, and then you have a handwritten note, and you said, "Thank you, love, Misha." And your reply was so innocent. All you said was, "I hope that if anybody is having a bad day, they can look at this photograph and look at my smile, and I hope that this smile will bring joy to them." Until today, I still have that photo, and every time I'm having a bad day, I will think of your photo. So I'm sure I'm not the only one. So this story of yours has inspired so many people. I also started an email address for my daughter. It's like an emotional will. I don't want to have any regrets, I want to make sure that my daughter gets to hear the things mommy wants to say to her. Yeah, don't just add days to your life, right? But to add life to your days. And I see that in you, being a 6 years old, but you live life, to the fullest. And I think this can help a lot of parents find a lot of peace within themselves, that they know that they've done the best for their child. And I think this can continue to help them in this grieving journey. So I just want to say nothing but a great thanks. I'm forever grateful to you. Thank you, Misha. Ciao, ciao.